Hey guys, what is up and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. Don't forget to hit that big red subscribe button and hit the bell icon and set your notifications to all, that way you never miss a future upload. Another day, another drama channel drama, and today we're going to be talking about Nick Snider going low. If you haven't seen my previous video titled Lushious Massacre Drags Rich Lux, I will link that in a card up over here, as well as down in the description box down below, so definitely make sure you go and check that out as well. Alright, let's go ahead and get on into it. So if you haven't been following all the drama channel drama that has been happening recently, let me go ahead and catch up to speed. Dustin Dailey put out some tweets where he was calling out Rich Lux, so then Lushious Massacre and Joella decided to make a podcast about the entire situation, and in that podcast they decided to talk about Nick Snider and Dustin Dailey in their podcast as well. Well, obviously when this happens, people are going to send that information to Nick Snider and Dustin Dailey, and obviously they did not take kindly to it because Nick decided that he was going to call them out over on Twitter. And then on top of that, he went on to make a video about the entire situation as well. Nick Snider tweeted, "I heard Bargain Betty at Lushious Massacre and Ol Hammertoe at Joella Plus Remix had some things to say about Add a Mouthful. Interesting you say no one is listening. Okay, let's go with that. By the way, Lushious Massacre, you're still a liar."
Are you delusional? First of all, because of my podcast, you decided that you were going to start your podcast. Hell, you even named the podcast after us. The Girls Wanna Battle. That has to do with Dustin and myself, so you're welcome. You're welcome. I would say run me a check, but both of you have no money. When I said that I was not going to talk about Lushious anymore, that was an agreement that everyone was just going to go their separate ways. Because guess what? Someone brings up one person's name and then we're right back to the beginning and we all look like idiots going back and forth all the time. But Lushious apparently thinks that she can bring my name up and everyone else's name, but when we respond, we're bullies. So you know what? Y'all can label me as a bully all you want, because it's not going to be this, oh, when they go low, we go high. No, we're going even lower. Girl. It's the end of the month. Obviously, they're looking for a little coin. I'm sure there's going to be a live stream or something later where Lushious is going to respond to this video, or she's going to respond to what I said on Twitter, and she's going to say, see, he's a bully. He's a bully. I am so sick and tired of this whole thing of, oh, if someone responds to what I said about them online, then they're a bully. No, you're an adult. If you say about someone online and they respond, they're allowed to respond.
And Nick was right, because after all this went down, Lushious took to her YouTube channel to do 2 live streams. One from 2 days ago that was an hour and 21 minutes long, and one from 14 hours ago that was an hour and 55 minutes long, talking about the entire situation over and over again. Allegedly, all this drama started because Nick Snider called Joella Ol Hammertoe, and she took offense to that, and she decided to lash out at Nick Snider about the entire situation because of his first comment. But she left a comment underneath his video that said, "What is a hammer toe?" And you can see here in the screenshot of Nick's video that here's her comment, and it literally says, "What is a hammer toe?" So if this was offensive to her, then she would have known what it was to begin with. Why would she be asking what it is?
When Joella decided that she was going to step to me on Twitter with all of her now deleted tweets because they were really that f***ed up, I'm going to step right back, and my tweets are still up. Yeah, I called your a whole ton of shit, and I stand by it. As I said earlier, it's not going to be when they go low, we go high. I'm going to go even lower.
And one thing that I have to agree with Nick here is that if you're going to tweet something out, make sure you stand by it, because 1, we're all going to screenshot it, so it's never going to go away. And 2, if you're going to say it, then stand behind what you say. Don't go back and delete it. Alright, let's go ahead and get into these tweets. This first one is in response to Nick's original tweet. Joella then tweets, "It's Nick Snider, crack or vape Nick has spoken." Nick then tweets, "Imagine your one go-to is at Joella Plus Remix. You're even more pathetic than your loser friend Lushious Massacre. Thanks for showing everyone who you really are. Mattress back." Nick then quote tweets Joella and says, "Oh, we got crack jokes? Welcome to the game, baby. Go back to your best job, which is holding down the floor for gravity." Joella then replies to Nick and says, "I'll keep holding it down the way you hold on to that hot pipe." She also then replied by saying, "You heard me loud and clear, crack or vape, Nick." Nick then quote tweeted that and said, "Someone get this man before I snatch that wig." He then quote tweeted her other tweet and said, "How are your arteries? You good? Look like you can't move more than Ed with no neck in your videos. Just checking, because even on my worst day you'll never compare. Go back to your basement, sweetie." Joella then replied and said, "Arteries are lovely. The way I'm craving pizza right now, I bet you're craving another hit. Is your OnlyFans supplying your habit?" Nick then quote tweets that and says, "Aw, sweetie, sober and living my best life. The life you want to copy so bad, that's why you and that $25 started a free podcast. No one would toss a nickel your direction. Quick, fly north so no one can on you during the fires." Joella then replied and said, "Stop telling people you're sober when you'll never be sober." Followed by, "You charge $5 for your podcast, lol." Nick then replied and said, "Exactly. Now let's look at the amount of followers/subs on YouTube. Even if a fraction join the podcast, learn the math, trash box." Joella then replied and said, "How long have you been on YouTube, lol?" Nick replied by saying, "Coming up on 2 full years actually doing it. How long have you been trying to be a DJ, bargain bin?" Joella then replied and said, "I'm not a DJ, lol. Is that what your master said?" Nick replied back and said, "That's what Lushious Massacr used to call you, so... And thank you for admitting you aren't, because that would be tragic. Dreams sometimes turn into unpaid hobbies." And even I myself at this point am getting annoyed with the fact that everybody, when they go after Nick, the first thing that they go after is... There's plenty of other things that you could be saying about him, but that is the one thing that everybody goes to, because that's the one thing that everybody knows that if they go after, it's going to get under his skin and it's going to get a reaction from him. So I wouldn't doubt it if Joella did this on purpose, because she knew that Nick would start to talk about her, which would then drive traction over to her podcast.
You know, I just find it really funny because I, once again, did not bring up Lushious, because every time that we bring up Lushious, oh, they're bullying, even though we just respond. Miss me with that from now on, because every time I hear my name out of Lushious's mouth, I'm coming back even stronger, because this is getting ridiculous at this point. You can't sit online and claim that you're so positive, but literally the only videos that bring you views are when you talk about drama. You're a talent wasted, and you're going to continue to be a talent wasted because you refuse to put the time and the energy into focusing on that craft, which is Lushious's makeup skills. Now, nobody can take that away from Lushious. She is talented. I mean, she is the bargain version of Patrick Star, but that's neither here nor there. She does not focus on her talent. Instead, she would rather drag myself, she'd rather drag Rich, she'd rather drag Dustin, because it's all for money. At least I think it's all for money, because that podcast seems to be free, and I don't think that channel that it's on is monetized. So yes, I got very, very rude in my tweets, because if you're gonna go as low as to go after someone's sobriety, girl, I'm gonna hit right back. I'm literally gonna hit right back. But just so everyone knows, because I've literally on camera showed the test, hell, I mean, I clearly have gained a ton of weight, so I don't know if that's what, like, these new age designers, I'm not exactly sure if that's what they do to people. I don't know, maybe that's why Joella looks so healthy. So with all that said, and I'm gonna say this to everyone that's gonna be in the comment section saying, oh, well, Lushious is so positive, oh my God, Joella is so amazing. That's what you're supporting. You're supporting someone who claims they're such a positive influence, there's such positivity, they don't want drama, but the first thing that they go to when someone calls them a hammer toe is their sobriety. And it doesn't even just stop there. Okay, you say it once, okay, I get it, whatever. You did that, that's you, we all see who you are. But to continue it, and it just came real quick, so I can only imagine what they say behind the scenes when it comes to me, because that was the first thing that popped into the mind of that trash box. So Joella, go back to trying to croak out music, because you're nothing more than a pathetic that lives in a basement trying to make it big.
But that is everything that I have for today's video, so I'd love to know what you guys think down in the comments below. If you like this video, make sure you go ahead and hit that like button. Also, if you're new to my channel, make sure you hit that big red subscribe button and hit the bell icon and set your notifications to all. That way you never miss a future upload. Alright, that's everything for today, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!